Hello everybody. Um, Pluto shifted to a retrograde today, and so many people was like, "Dear, what's going on? Why everybody goes crazy? Why everybody are going nuts?" I mentioned this before that when Pluto was shifted to retrograde mode, um, simply because it's in a Capricorn, you gotta be very careful what you're doing at work, and I just saw it today with my eyes, the real power of Pluto. You need to understand that Pluto controls a lot of things. Uh, in the regular mainstream astrology, uh, Pluto represents the underworld. But on the real spiritual work, the way we're working on it, the planets have a little bit of different meanings of how the energy shifts once you open soul vibrations. And Pluto, when it becomes a retrograde of where it specifically is at, specifically at Capricorn, it is about shifting your surrounding, shifting the people around you, removes the people around you, get rid of the people around you so the new people to comes in. And this energy of shift can create a lot of problems simply because you don't want to be shifted, you don't want to be changed. People, they just want to be, go to work, make the money, go back home, cook, sleep, wake up, go to work, go back home, cook, sleep, and so on. And there is no evolution on this. This is a what they call a gray programming life. Okay, and some of them of that programming life is just chews you up. You're like basically living in a gray world. Compared to what's happening right now, it's that it's shifting you. If you live in a gray world and you are not happy, you want to have colorful world. Well, you have to be shift. And when you are shift, okay, Pluto will take you from this gray part of this gray life of things that you didn't see before or denied to see, or denied to see people of what they are. You see them only as a gray scale. Now Pluto is shifting. It tells you, hey, see the truth. See what these people are, what kind of colors they are. Go seek this is not good for you. Go look, this is not the right thing for you. And here is that specifically, since I work so much with the twin flames, what happened is right now it's shifting the people towards you're not in the right place. You should be looking where you need to be, or what's happening with people who are lovers with two different relationships. It's the time to like be your truth. Okay, there's nothing worse to you to be in a different place where you not belong to. There is a little story I want to tell you is that how could you be with someone for 80 years? He's your husband and he never kissed you. You know, that stuff sometimes. And I want to point out that during this kind of situations, people, it's not about looking. It is about happiness. It's about love. It's about the proper way of understanding. And during the shift, people will be get angry. People will be get mad. People gonna get really really pissed off because finally they start seeing the things with their truth. Finally, they see the things as the way they should, so they can make the actions they should. And if you haven't not done those actions from before, Now you're getting the same lesson again until you understand the lesson. You could probably have these same lessons for quite a bit few years, since Pluto moves very slow, and since Pluto is in Capricorn, it is about work. It is about the place where you do service to humanity. Again, this is not the service that you do on Pisces. Okay, don't misunderstand those two. Okay, and Pluto represents the 1% of the population. What I mean by that 1%, those are the people who are business owners, those are the people who have a large businesses, people who do a different type of business who is not that much. Only certain people does this. You cannot, everybody cannot be uh, the way it is. For instance, the ultra rich. The ultra rich is the 1% of the 1%ers. So that's how the life goes. But anyway, it's not about the richness. It is about you understand the principles, the way this works. So what happened is that when Pluto shifted, the way he shifted today, he shifted from direct to retrograde motion. He just moved. The moment that he moved, people got angry because right now the energy is focusing to them to focus on what it needs to be. And most of the people, because they listen their ego, they get hurt. Why? Simply because the energy is focusing to the soul. It's everything, it's pushing you upside down, you like it or not, and this is how your ego is being triggered you to see the things that you need to see. You refuse to see with your ego. When Pluto is in a direct motion, you refuse to see with your ego. And now when a Pluto is in retrograde, then like it or not, he's coming. And the combinations of all the retrogrades that's going on right now. Let me remind you, the Mercury retrograde, it's very powerful, very fast thing. And if you haven't been into this environment of Mercury retrograde and don't understand what's going on, I suggest you learn it. Go with the flow instead of go with the anger. Go with the peace instead of going with constant fights and you don't know what's going on. And that's why the three laws of evolutions, they are in force. You don't know them, they are trust, surrender, and let go. And you keep on going and your life is beautiful. You don't trust what's going on. You don't surrender to what is coming up. You don't let it go. Well, there's a problem in there. And that problem is inside of you, not somebody else. For Mercury retrograde, people complain about this person, that person. No, no, no. Stop. Time out. Here is we giving you the weather. How you react in the weather, it's your business. We as astrologers, we see the weather. We know it's coming. We know the thunderstorm is coming. And we tell you, there's going to be a thunderstorm. And you decide to go to the park and stay there, and all of a sudden you get soaked and wet. Don't be mad on nobody else but you. And that's why you need to understand how to work with those energies. They are for you. You to react on it and learn from it and evolve from it. Saturn is a retrograde. And this is the time when you see the things that you haven't seen before on a completely different scale. And that completely different scale, it's the other people that didn't told you, the other information you didn't have, the other things you never seen before. And 10, we still have a Jupiter retrograde. And that is about soul relationship, soul partnership, simply because it's in Libra. And that place in Libra happens once in every 12 years. And specifically when a Jupiter is in retrograde, it's very powerful right there because it gives you the growth of the partnership in the soul. Once it starts moving and gets it off from that point, the next year Jupiter is going to be in Scorpio. Very, very powerful. This is going to be the time when the thing is going to be, you know what, I don't need this anymore, my life goes away. I need to be happy. I need to grow in happiness. This part of my life has to die. But that is about the next year. What about now? What do you need to do? What you need to do is you have to gain the understanding. Understanding that you have to look in life as a soul first and the most. And you have to be a human first before you be a 1%er, you're ultra rich, you're boss, you're owner, you are a commander, you are whatever you want to call yourself. Okay? You have to be a human first. After that it comes in everything else. And this is why when Pluto, it's right now on retrograde, shifts a lot of people in conscious. Shift and open up the inner visions of the people of what they've been blind into. Because they've been blinded by the part of this 1%. Now this 1% it shift, and the 99% have access to the 1%. Or if you've been a 1%er, okay, now you can see the reality as a soul. What do you do to the 99%ers? And that's why is this shifts it's happening. That's why this anger happens. That's why these situations coming up. Simply is because to create this inner balance, so the world can keep on going and keep evolving. So my last advice to you, it is keep it at peace, keep it in balance. Okay, you can't go ahead and be all the time up, down, up, down. When you feel like you're going too high up, lower a little bit the notch. When you're too down a little bit, increase your notch. So that way you can maintain a balance inside of the vibrations in you as everything. So if you feel like you're coming up and angry, you just stop, time out, count to 10. Okay. How do I look in this situation at? Is that situation will benefit me and everybody else? Is that situation is gonna fix the problem? No. Okay. So calm down, let's go and understand the situation. And that's why the understanding of the new world that's coming up as Age of Aquarius, it's focused on this. You to look everything with understanding. Okay, you did something, I have to understand why did you did that part. And then once I understand it, I will know what to do. It's for the right or for the good. I can go ahead and precise things. But that is the power inside of you. It's the understanding. Beloved.